Alright, so we're going to do in chapter 3 of IT, okay, hardware, input, processing, output and storage devices. So let's start. So firstly, what is in hardware, right? Now, a hardware is something that is hard. So think about hard, okay, it's something physical. It's something you can touch. For example, your computer, mouse, that's a hardware. Your printer, that's a hardware. Let's say your scanner, it's a hardware. It's something you can touch. Your input is something that starts at the very first. For example, an input can be a person pressing a button on the computer, or it can be you moving the mouse. A mouse is an input, a keyboard is an input, okay? Processing is your inner computer system, right? When you press a button on a computer system, it'll process it into something, whatever you press, and it'll display it as, which is the next thing, an output, right? So whatever you do in your computer, there'll always be an output displayed in your screen. And then obviously the storage devices. You have to have storage devices on your computer in order to store information, okay? Right, so let's look at the slides. Alright, so principles. So to summarize principles, it's basically saying that you must make sure you have a computer-based system that is efficient and effective. What it means effective, it must suit what the business wants, okay? It must serve its purpose properly. Get the right system for the business. Next, be efficient. Don't get a very expensive system because next year you maybe need to upgrade, right? So you wasted the whole system. Have a cost-effective system. You can get something that is cheap. As long as it works, it's fine. It works, okay? Don't need to get expensive thing, because at the end of the day, a cheap one can do the same thing as the expensive one, okay? Next, hardware for processing, as I said. Now, hardwares are physical things which you can touch, okay? So you need hardwares like your mouse, your keyboard, in order for your computers to work, right? CPU. Now, your CPU is basically the brains of the computer, right? So when you press a button on your, let's say, your keyboard or your computer, it basically goes to the CPU. Your CPU says, okay, you know what? A button was pressed, right? Now let me process this. Okay, the letter A was pressed. Let me display the letter A on the screen. So that's what the CPU is. Also for other things, you downloading files, it'll tell the instructions. Your CPU will say, okay, this is where you put it. This is where it basically the brain, it thinks, okay? So a CPU is very important for your computer. Now going on, also a CPU does calculations, like mathematical calculations. For example, you want to download an app, it'll work at the storage if it can allow it to store on your computer. Sometimes storage is too little. That's why you get errors sometimes downloading apps or games on your phone, right? You have storage problems, okay? So now your primary storage is your main storage, right? This sometimes is a form of a hard drive, which is a built-in your computer, right? The storage is built in your computer. Now, it's very important that you have this, because at the end of the day, you need storage to store information, right? You got files you need to store that be stored on your computer, okay? Apps stores on your computer, okay? Now, secondary storage is this. It's when the storage in your computer gets full. So it's like a memory card in terms of phones, right? But a computer, we call it like USB sticks, okay? You can even attach a hard drive externally. So you get you can basically put it in your hand and attach the USB to it. So you basically need this when your storage becomes too full in your computer. Okay, so you get an external something. So you get a USB stick where you can add storage to your computer via plugging it in your computer. Now, there's a lot of secondary storage devices such as your USB, your C disks, okay, your memory cards, every single thing. Now, enterprise storage options are your business storage options, right? You have attached storage, which I discussed, which is USBs. You got network and storage, which is the same thing. Now, network and storage are like your OneDrive. So you upload it to a website and it keeps it for you. It stores it on that website. Now, one way you can think about it is like WhatsApp, right? If you got two phones, on one WhatsApp, you can store all your chats on WhatsApp and back it up to WhatsApp, the actual WhatsApp. Now, if you go to the other phone and download WhatsApp and use that number, when you get that WhatsApp, all your messages from the other phone will come to that phone. Why? Because all your information, your messages are stored on that system. It's stored on WhatsApp, right? It's not stored on your phone. Well, part of it is stored on your phone, but some of it is stored on the WhatsApp itself. So when you install another thing, all the messages will come on the other phone, right? Now, what is data input? So basically, for a system to work, you need an input. Most probably, it'll be a person, right? a person controlling the input. For example, a person is needed to control the mouse, okay? A person is needed to press the keyboard. A person is needed to upload files. If you got a document and if you want to upload it to the computer, you need a person need to scan that document, upload it to a computer. So a data input is basically that. You put data into your computer, right? You need a person, okay? Now a lot of input devices, a keyboard, okay? Keyboard, cameras, whatever. These are controlled by people, okay? Person needs to press the keyboard, person needs to talk to speech recognition technology. Okay, scanning devices are also inputs, okay? But it scans your document and it uploads it to your computer, okay? All these are input devices. All are like your touch screen, your input devices. Okay, so what is an output device? Talking into computers, like when you press a keyboard, at the end of the day, it'll process it and it'll show you the letter on the screen. That's the output, the screen, right? If I want to move the mouse, okay, what's going to happen? You'll see the mouse moving on the screen. That's an output, okay? So an output is the final stage of something happening in this computer system. Now a lot of output device, or a printer, for example, you got a document on your computer and you want to print it in real copy so you can hold it in your hand. You will send that you'll connect your computer to the printer. You will go on your keyboard, your mouse, you will say print, the computer will process it and they'll send it to the printer, which is a final product, and they'll come out from the printer, okay? Types of computer systems. Handheld computers are like your PCs, your laptops. Smartphone is also a computer system. Okay, portable computers, same, your laptop, tablets, and whatever. Now your desktop PC, your workstation, server, all these are types of computer systems. Desktops are very, very popular. I mean, they're basically your normal tabletop computer. Workstation is like a desktop, okay? Now servers are like your, a good example would be UKZN, the whole UKZN server, right? Now that uses Moodle, the Wi-Fi is connected. So all Learn24, all this is a server, right? It stores all your information, your modules, information about learners, student numbers. Okay, so that's what a server is, okay? It handles storage, it handles information, handles learners logging in, logging out, that, okay? Gives emails, got emails stored. So when a teacher want to contact you, it'll go to your account and it'll come up. So this is a server. It's a place where everything is stored, mostly on the internet, okay? Now what are type of computers? Now mainframe computers are computers which use a very large storage, right? So think of accounting companies. They need a large storage. They have a lot of statements, income statement, balance sheet, transactions on the pages, and they'll upload it on the computer, right? They'll make graphs, whatever. They need to upload it to computers, so they use mainframe computers. However, supercomputers is like, they've mostly made for fast applications, for applications that use a lot of like space, that need powerful computers to run. For example, you're a gaming company, right? You own a shop that allows people to use games. You need supercomputers, okay? Because these games need to be HD. It needs to be high frame rate. It needs to be very, very quick. You know, when you press a button on the app, it needs to reflect quickly. Now, mainstream computers are very, very slow, okay? So that won't work. But supercomputers, it can work. Now hard drive so all these are considerations. You have to make sure your hard drive got good storage. You have to make sure your memory is good. Now what is RAM and memory? RAM and storage. RAM is short-term memory. Storage is long-term. For example, when you type on your keyboard, it's basically storing all the sentences to RAM, okay? However, when you clear your keyboard, it comes out from RAM. So RAM just stores it temporarily. Even when you're uploading a file, it first stores it to RAM, then when you save it, it stores to like an actual storage, okay? So RAM is just for temporarily storage, while actual storage is permanent, okay? So in summary, as I said, hardware, software, input, users, these are all important, right? What you need to understand is at the end of the day, when you're running a business, you need to consider what type of softwares you need, what your inputs are. Do you need a printer for your business? Do you need a mouse? Obviously you need a mouse, but you get what I'm saying, okay? What storage you need? Do you need are you UKZN? Do you need a whole network? How many learners you have? Maybe I need to get more people involved, maybe a better system, a better software, at the end of the day, you need to take into those considerations, okay? So thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe.